So what if I told you that the biggest thing holding you back from speaking English fluently isn't your vocabulary and it's not your grammar? Today, we're going to break down a really simple but powerful technique called the soliloquy method. It's designed to help you finally speak with real confidence.
Does this sound familiar? You've put in the work, you know the rules, you've learned the words, but when you actually have to speak, your mind just goes blank. It's an incredibly frustrating feeling, but I promise you, you're not alone in this, and there's absolutely a way to push through it.
All right, so to fix this, we first have to understand what's really going on inside our heads. Let's dig into why your mind seems to just shut down at the worst possible moment.
It's this feeling, right? You're in a conversation, everything's moving along, it's your turn to say something, and poof, nothing. It's like a door just slams shut in your brain.
And what's even crazier is you start forgetting words you totally know. You know, simple words like table or because. They just disappear. This isn't a problem with your knowledge, it's a problem with accessing that knowledge, and it usually comes from one specific habit we need to break. So here it is. The real culprit, a lot of the time, is mental translation. You see, most of us aren't actually thinking in English. We're thinking in our first language and then frantically trying to translate everything in our head before we speak.
Just look at the two paths here. The slow way is this clunky three-step process. You think in your language, you translate, then you try to speak English. It's exhausting. The fluent way, though, is a direct line. The thought happens in English, and the speech comes right out. Our whole goal is to rewire your brain to take that fast, direct path.
So, how do we do that? Well, the good news is it doesn't mean you need to sign up for expensive classes or move to another country. It's all about a simple, private habit that can completely change the game for you.
And here's the secret, the core of the whole method. Now, it might sound a little strange, I get it, but the most effective way to build that direct pathway in your brain is to just talk to yourself in English. And the key is, you've got to do it out loud.
And you know what the best part is? We're not talking about hours and hours of practice. All it really takes is about 15 minutes a day. That's it. That small, consistent daily habit is what really builds that new pathway in your brain.
This is all about getting rid of the excuses that hold us back. You don't need to have perfect grammar to start. You don't need to spend any money. And crucially, you don't need to find a speaking partner. This just removes all that pressure and anxiety about making mistakes in front of someone.
Okay, so I know what you might be thinking. It sounds a little too simple, right? But there's a reason it's so effective. Let's get into the mechanics of why this kind of weird habit actually builds real-world fluency and confidence. So why does this work so well? Well, first, you're getting in that daily speaking practice, which is absolutely crucial. Second, and this is a total game changer, there's zero fear of judgment. Nobody's listening. You can make all the mistakes you want. That safe space lets your brain relax, stop translating, and finally start thinking in English. And when that happens, the words just start to flow way more naturally.
And the convenience factor is huge for staying consistent. You can narrate what you're doing while you're making coffee, describe what you see on your walk to work, or plan out your day out loud while you're in the shower. You just weave the practice right into your life.
All right, let's get into the how-to, because we want to make sure you're doing more than just saying, I am drinking water over and over again, right? So the method is broken down into 3 clear levels that build on each other.
So here's the roadmap. We're going to start with daily talking, then we'll level up to creating fake conversations, and the final goal is what we call free speaking. It's a structured path designed to build your skills up one step at a time.
Level 1 is your foundation. You're just talking about your life as it happens, but the key here is to add more color. So don't just say, I am making toast. Say something like, okay, I really hope I don't burn this toast this time. I think I'll add some avocado. Yeah, that sounds good. You see, you're adding details, opinions, feelings.
Now, once you're comfortable with level 1, you're ready for level 2. This is where you get to be a bit of an actor. You create these little mini dramas. Imagine you're ordering at a coffee shop or asking someone for directions. You play both parts. You ask the questions and then you give the answers. This is amazing for training your brain to think in a real back-and-forth conversation.
And finally, level 3. This is the big league. You just pick a topic, anything really. Social media, your favorite movie, your job, and you just talk about it out loud for 5 or 10 minutes. No script, no preparation. This is where you really build that ability to express complex ideas on the fly.
And here's a super simple schedule to get you going. For your first week, just focus on level 1. Then, for the next 2 weeks, start practicing level 2. After that, level 3 becomes your ongoing practice, something you can do a few times a week just to stay sharp. Okay, so you get the problem, you see the solution, you know the method. The only thing left is to actually get started. So here's a really simple 4-step action plan you can literally start using today.
First, pick a fixed time every day. Maybe it's during your morning commute or while you're making dinner. This helps build the habit. Second, just aim for 15 to 30 minutes. That's it. Now, step 3 is a game changer. Once a week, record yourself on your phone. Then, and this is step 4, listen to it. I know, it can feel a little cringy at first, but trust me, hearing your own mistakes is the single fastest way to fix them.
And that's really all there is to it. A simple, incredibly powerful method to completely change how you speak English. So I'll leave you with this one question to get the ball rolling. What's the very first thing you're going to talk to yourself about? Your day? Your plans for tonight? Your opinion on this topic? Go ahead. You can start right now.